y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today to A Journey to Fulfillment. I have a very, very, very special guest with me today, and I'm going to give him this opportunity to introduce himself, and then we're going to take you guys on a journey with us.
Thanks again for having this opportunity. My name is Michael Eugene Hill Jr., and I'm so excited to be talking and going on this journey with you all. So.
Yes. Okay. So, Michael, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you from, and what you do?
Yeah, from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised. Been educated through the Southfield High School Public School district. I have two masters from Oakland University, and masters from Central Michigan University. I just finished my first semester in the PhD program at the university.
Awesome.
Yeah, so as you can see, I'm heavily involved in higher education.
Yes.
And believe in higher education as a way of getting us out of poverty and the things that we're in. So
Yes. So so you grew up here around Southfield area. So how was that, growing up for you? What was your growing up stages like?
Well, I grew up in Detroit.
Okay.
Grew up in Detroit. Actually went to Detroit Public Schools.
Okay.
Middle school, and then my first year in high school. Then my parents moved to Southfield.
Okay.
And there was a reason for that.
Yeah.
I wasn't really particularly doing really well
Mm-hmm.
in Detroit Public Schools just because of the gangs and
Mm-hmm.
things and the negative influences, some of the negative influences I was hanging around. So my parents started getting me in a better environment with work, and it did.
Awesome.
It did.
Awesome. So now, what was it like going through and dealing with those negative influences? What drew you to, doing those and participating in those things?
Well, it's not so much in Detroit. It's around you. So sometimes it chooses you.
Yes.
And in this instance, it chose me.
Wow.
I mean, I remember going to Montford High School, and as we were walking from the parking lot up to the school, the gangs were out there.
Yeah.
So they were choosing you.
Wow.
So sometimes, for a good portion, I wasn't even going to class because I was scared to walk through those areas where those young men were hanging out.
Yeah.
So for me, it could be tough. So you can see how this could really hinder a young person from going to school, from doing good in school, because you have an extra layer of worry added on to that. So
wow. So now, when did you decide, man, I need to move away? Was it the move that you and your parents did, or was it something that happened specifically?
I think my parents saw my grades.
Wow.
Because I wasn't going to school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a dumb kid at all.
Right.
And then I became ineligible to play basketball, which was a passion of mine. So my parents saw that. They were like, we didn't know. Why you didn't tell me? We would have did something before that. We got you out here before that. So my parents moved us to Southfield. Got to Southfield, my grades immediately went up.
Wow.
Immediately shot up. First semester, and I was getting 3.0. So
awesome.
Just that change of environment helped me a lot mentally.
Right.
Because now I didn't have that extra layer of worry.
Yeah.
And then I had to worry about I was going to class and doing well in class.
Yes. So now, once you got on track and you did your transitions to school, how was that for you? How was being able to see yourself doing better? How was that for you mentally and for your parents?
Well, it's freedom because first of all, you don't have to. Southfield was different back then. It's different. It's changed a little bit now, but back then, it was known as a place where, it was African Americans there, but their parents were doing better.
Yeah.
So they didn't have the same kind of. Some of them did. I wouldn't say all, but some of them didn't have to worry about some of the things these kids in inner city have to worry about. So that environment is completely different.
Yeah.
So you get in that kind of environment. If you're a smart kid or if you're a kid with some talent, getting in that environment is going to automatically influence you.
Yes.
So me getting in that environment, being excited, being stimulated again, not having to worry about my safety and things like that.
Yes.
Automatically, I just started to flourish.
Wow.
And I could have did better in school. I did. I just really didn't. I don't want to say I was a jock or athlete because I don't put that stigma on athletes.
Right.
I just wasn't focused myself.
Okay.
It just school was just we'll get it done. But then I regretted that later because you start applying for colleges, you can't get in, and things like that. So it's important for young people to understand that you gotta do good always.
Yes.
You can't pick your spots because those opportunities and things like that, when you don't do well, they have consequences.
Yes.
And you may not see them now.
Yes.
But you'll see them down the road.
Yes. So do you think that is kind of one of the issues for millennials and kids today, that they are not in the right environment for them to excel for their future?
Some of them are. Some of them aren't. I have to say though, I think millennials are this is one of the best times to be a millennial because
Yes.
there's so much that you all have that we did not have.
Yes.
For instance, cell phones, the ability to have that much knowledge in your hands at all times.
Yes.
It could be a blessing and a curse. The blessing is you have information all the time. The curse is you have information all the time
Yes,
as well. So I don't think millennials have an issue. The research on millennials don't say that you all are lazy,
right,
and can't get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that is at all. But
Mm-hmm.
some of the kids in the inner cities, we can't forget, they do have an extra layer of worry.
Yeah.
How am I going to eat? Where's mom? Where's dad? I'm taking care of a lot of responsibility. I'm acting as an adult, and I'm 17, taking care of my younger brothers and sisters, letting them in school, making sure they eat, helping them with homework while mom or dad is out.
Right.
That's the extra layer.
Yes.
And that can be it can hinder the progress.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. But I think millennials, this is the perfect time to be a millennial because you all have so much of an advantage.
Yes. So the millennials that are dealing with, those extra layers and extra worries, what advice could you give to them, to help them move past or get through those situations?
Keep grinding. You have youth on your side. You have the energy. I don't sleep a long time.
Yes.
I'm 41 years old, and my wife will tell you, I don't need an alarm to get up. I get up extra early on Saturdays because it's always something to do.
Yes.
So what I'm saying for millennials, you may have that extra layer of responsibility, but you can handle it.
Right.
I don't think we're telling people that enough, millennials that enough. You can do it.
You can do it.
I mean, I see moms. I got a niece that's a mother. She's a mother. She's going to Eastern Michigan University. She works midnights. You can do it.
You can do it.
You have to apply yourself and push yourself. Our bodies were made, we were designed by God to push ourselves an extra limit.
Mm-hmm.
And most of us don't reach that capacity because we give up.
Yes.
We quit.
Yes.
And we have so much more. We just don't stretch ourselves to reach that potential.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah. So now let's talk a little bit more about you. So after you graduated from high school, where did you go?
I played basketball at Concordia University, small Lutheran college in Ann Arbor. Played 2.5 years there. Kind of got into some injuries, problems, and got ready to quit playing basketball. My coach approached me and said, "Mike, you can't quit. You're a powerful influence on this team. I need you around. So would you consider coaching?"
Wow.
And I took the assistant coach role, and I coached, and then got married. Moved to Rochester Hills, started working at Oakland University. That's when my path down education, that's when it started.
Wow. And
I went to Oakland University, finished my bachelor's, worked on a master's, all while working 40 plus hours a week, all doing night school to finish my bachelor's and my master's degree. And it's been a snowball effect since then, because I'm in a rhythm now. So I've never taken a semester off. I've never taken a summer off. Because I'm in this rhythm, and I want to keep going. Yeah. So I finished my second master's in December last year. In January, I started a PhD program. Wow. You get in that rhythm, you don't break it. Yeah. And I've been going to school consistently almost probably 10 to 12 years now.
Awesome. So now what are you currently doing, or what are your future plans for the degrees that you have? Well,
my field of work, I'm a director of HR at a college, at the Detroit College for Creative Studies. Awesome. So for my career path, my next level, my goals is to be a vice president of human resources.
Awesome.
Whether that be a university, whether that be in the corporate, it doesn't matter. So for as far as my education and my degrees go, I'm set. I don't have to get another degree. Yeah. But my PhD, that's for after I retire. That's for wanting to teach. Yes. And one of the greatest ways you can give back is to teach, not teach what you know. Yes. So I'm getting my PhD so I'll be able to teach when I finally retire from a real job. Yes. That'll be my retirement plan, to go teach in the university. Awesome. And then the PhD will allow me to go through the tenure process. Yes. So I think, we have to plan out things. Yes. You can't I'm not a fly by the seat of your pants person. So I tried to plan my life with the help and direction from God. Awesome. And I can tell you, my steps are ordered. Yes. Because I've asked God to bless my plans, bless my path, and give me clarity on what I should be doing, and He's done that. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So now, how has your being able to allow God to order your steps, how has that been for your life since you allow Him to do that? It's been easier. Not saying it's nothing worth having is going to be easy. Yes. But when you do that, God is a God of order.
Yes.
The Bible says, write the vision, make it plain. So when God sees us writing the vision, making it plain, he said, oh, this person is doing what I said do on my word.
Yes.
God is always going to bless his word.
Yes.
When he sees us doing that, he's going to bless his word. So that has helped me tremendously in my life, in my goal setting. And another thing that I believe that we should pass on to millennials that they should do, you should always use the skill set you have naturally for spiritual.
Awesome.
You know, I don't think millennials take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we get this education, we get this skill set, we completely forget about the church.
Yes.
And I believe God is calling for us to use what we have, the knowledge we have, the skill set we have to better the kingdom.
Awesome.
And I believe if more millennials did that,
Mm-hmm.
they would take ownership in the church and they would be more involved in the church.
Yeah. So how could millennials, do you have some things maybe in mind that you think millennials could do to do some of those things?
Man, one of my biggest ones, and I'm really on this right now, I'm on this kick right now,
Mm-hmm.
is what we're seeing in the church. The research is saying millennials are leaving the church.
Mm-hmm.
Millennials are leaving the church, but a lot of times millennials are leaving the church because they won't open their mouth. So I work in HR.
Mm-hmm.
I hire a lot of millennials.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in millennials.
Mm-hmm.
You all are very talented. You all have a place in business. You all have a seat at the table. You need to have a seat at the table. But one of the things that I don't understand is you being in an environment, whether it be a work environment or a church environment,
Mm-hmm.
you're seeing a need, you're seeing something that may be wrong that you can help.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of you going to try to get that situation fixed and actually even giving the advice on how to fix it, you leave. And then they leave and they talk about the church, they talk about the job.
Say all day.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, but you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Then you go somewhere else to a ministry that has, or you go to a job or a ministry that has that stuff. You could have had it there, but you didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything. Yeah.
You got to speak up and go to the person that can do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, so they sit there with their hands tied and they complain internally, they complain amongst each other, but they haven't figured out a way to get that message to the people that can do something about it.
So why do you think that is? Is it maybe a level of comfortability? Is it because they just feel like they can't, come to the leaders or someone in their job about it?
I think it's one of the things is they've been shunned. But I'm saying don't give up.
Right.
Just because you want the one person they didn't take your ideal, don't stop.
Yeah.
Keep going. Because I always love to say this when I give tips on interviewing, coaching on interviewing. When you have a resume where you jumped around a lot, or you made a lateral move, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But a resume that says I stayed somewhere and fixed the problem is way more powerful than seeing you jump all the way around to these different jobs and they're lateral moves. Now, if you're a millennial and you're jumping jobs and you're going up, that's different.
Yeah.
But if you're leaving, again, what I was just saying, if you're leaving because there's a problem, why didn't you stay there and try to fix it? And me as a hiring manager, I'm going to ask you that question.
Yeah.
I see you've been jumping around. Why?
Right.
And the most things they say is, well, the boss did this, or I didn't like this. My next question is, well, why didn't you stay there and fix it?
Yeah. Because what makes me think that you won't do the same thing?
What gives me the confidence that you're going to stay?
Right.
And you're going to use the gifts and the tools that you have.
Yes.
I don't get that twisted. You all have the gifts and the talent.
Yes.
But a lot of times you're not saying anything, you're not getting anything done because you're not pursuing to make the situations better.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So now, do you currently work with millennials and able to, better themselves, maybe spiritually in the world?
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm the new jurisdictional youth president of Great Lakes First. I've been youth pastor at my church probably 15, 16 years.
Awesome.
I got tons of mentors out there that I just love pouring into. I do speaking engagements at universities and colleges. I love pouring into this next generation because millennials get a bad rap. It's because the research focuses on the negatives most of the time.
Yes.
We don't take the positives.
Yes.
And then try to do something with those positives and tell the millennials you have value and build them up.
Yes.
Because that's the only way. Because we're in power now.
Yeah.
So if you're coming to get a job, you actually come to see somebody like me.
Wow.
So we have to make sure that our attitude is right, our arms are open. We're not feeling threatened.
Yes.
And we're taking advice from millennials and putting millennials in positions where they can be leaders and they can make some great, exchanges with the church, with the community, whatever. You guys are extremely talented.
Yeah.
We can't shut you all out. And I just feel like it's a bash fest right now, millennials. And I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, and I was speaking to a few millennials a couple weeks ago. We were having kind of this same exact conversation about, how we feel as though like some of the older generation don't accept us millennials now because of, the statistics or the stereotypes that are placed upon us. So I don't know. I mean, I think that there does need to be some change, but who do you think the change starts with? Where do you think it starts with?
It starts with everybody, but it really starts with the attitude of us.
Yes.
Us that are empowered or us that are in charge.
Yes.
We gotta change the way we think.
Yeah.
It's just feeling threatened by millennials when you're so much better.
Yeah.
When you have millennials in your team, and the thing about it is, you allow a millennial to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna make you look good.
Yeah.
And by them making you look good, they're also gonna get some training. They're also going to get some development, and then they'll walk right into wherever they need to walk into with our guidance and help.
Awesome.
But it's not shutting you all up
and
shutting you all out.
Yeah.
It's bringing you all in and providing you all with the mentorship, with the platform, with the development, and putting our wisdom and knowledge together with your youth, your wisdom, your knowledge, and let's do something explosive.
Yes, awesome. So you said that you have been a youth pastor for about 15 to 16 years, right? So how was that experience for you once you first started? How was that, like till now?
It was rough because, when you start a youth ministry, that you're young yourself, and the ministry has went from children and evolved to teenagers and now evolved to millennials and young adults and things like that. It's a grind, but the one thing you have to have is consistency.
Yes.
Young people want consistency. So we would put on events, it'd be 5 people there. I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
But then the events start growing because we were consistent.
Yeah.
And the parents saw us consistent. The parents saw us working hard to bring their kids out. It's consistency.
Yeah.
Anything in youth ministry is going to be frustrating. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. You're dealing with young people. You're dealing with children. You just have to be consistent in what you're doing.
Yes.
And don't get weary.
Right.
Doing as the word says.
Yeah. So now, wow, this is good. This is good. So since you've started, have you seen some changes in some millennials that maybe you worked with from the beginning of your time of being a youth pastor?
Yeah, it because I believe that we should empower them. So I believe in the church being that substitute for whatever they're not getting.
Yeah.
So I tell millennials all the time in our church, if you have a problem with speaking in public, the best place to get to experience is church.
Yeah.
If you have a problem or you have a gap, you can get that in the church. We should provide that platform. So at our church, I've seen our millennials some of them grow from not wanting to speak in public to now some of them off in college doing some great things. We got one young lady, she was a Bill Gates Millennial Scholar, and she's doing some awesome things in Google. She went to Howard University in Washington, D.C. Came up out of KI, came up under the youth ministry there.
Awesome.
And now she's just doing some amazing things in the world because she has that balance.
Yeah.
But we have to teach that in the church, that after our children leave church, they got to survive and succeed in the real world.
Wow. If
we're not providing that platform or that foundation for them, then we're completely missing the message and missing what our mission is for to be doing.
Yeah. So now, for the millennials that are not a part of a church or have a relationship with God, what can you say that can maybe draw them, or expose them to what God can do in their lives?
We gotta do better as a church. We're doing that.
Yeah.
Meaning we gotta take advantage of where they are. We gotta take advantage of social media. We gotta take advantage of where they are right now, being relevant in the church, with what we're teaching, with what we're doing, because they're not gonna come if we don't have something to give them.
Yeah.
People came to Jesus because he had something, and they knew he had something. Not just he had something. They had heard he had performed miracles. He had fed people. So when he was coming into the area, people were coming. We have to do the same thing. So if the millennials know we have something to give, we're having something geared towards them, we're having something relevant, we're doing trainings, we're doing development, they're going to come. But we have to do a better job of engaging as a church, or again, if we don't do that, then we're not fulfilling our mission.
Yeah. So now, do you have any other tips or suggestions for the millennials that are not even in school right now, that maybe they're looking for someone to pour into them, because they may not have anybody at home.
Yeah. The thing that another thing that kick that I'm on right now is going back. Since I'm in HR, I know that a big push in the nation right now is we have jobs in the technical fields that you don't really need 4-year college degrees for. But a lot of times we talk down on those jobs. A plumber or HVAC installer make $100,000 a year.
Wow.
Working 3 days a week.
Wow.
See, you saying wow. See, but we've looked down on these jobs so much. Boeing, that build the planes, they can't find enough workers for those jobs. Some of those people are making 75, 80 grand. But because we always teach the 4-year college and push that, we totally miss a skill set and totally miss a whole avenue that we, maybe could teach more about. So what I would say to millennials is, college may not be for you. A 4-year college. You have to do some learning, whatever you do. To be a pipe fitter, to be a plumber, to be an HVAC, whatever. You have to go to school. But there's so many different ways to make money now and to do things. Find what your purpose is, what you love, and go after that. Don't be confined to what you seen your mother and father do. People are staying on jobs 30 years ago. I don't even make people feel bad for doing that. Because that's just not. A lot of times, our forefathers and our older people stayed in those jobs because they couldn't do anything else. They had to. We have options. You can find a millennial today. They have a job. A couple days later. They're resourceful. So no, don't make millennials feel bad about the choices that they have. But find out how you can help. That's what I'm doing now. Have different forums. Talk to them. Find out what they want. Don't just assume what they are. Don't just assume what they need or what they want. Ask them. They'll tell you. You ought to tell us.
We'll tell you.
You're great communicators. You tell us. But we have to make that option number one. And then once you all tell us, let's act upon it.
Yes. So now, now I want to ask you how, or what is it that you could say, because a lot of the millennials, and speaking specifically of young men, they have grown up without father figures, grown up without mentors and stuff like that. So what advice could you give to specifically the men or the young men, that...
Get a mentor. My father is a great man. I love my father. He is my ultimate mentor. He's my ultimate role model. But he's not my only role model. My father-in-law is a great role model to me. I have other men that are role models to me. They all help me in different areas of my life, but it's because I sought them out. See, I think a lot of times millennials and young adults sit back and feel intimidated to approach somebody. You got to open your mouth. And one of the things that I did is I started going to these conferences, and I would see somebody that looks like me, and I would go up to them and start talking to them. And then people, they're more than willing. That's one thing about the generation above millennials that people don't understand. They want to mentor. Baby boomers want to mentor. They want to mentor people. They're never asked. That's, matter of fact, that's one way to improve relationships between millennials and other generations is pair them in mentorship. But you have to, you have to do a good job of having. If you're in the workforce, you have to do a good job of putting that plan into place. In the church, we also should do that. We should provide mentoring. So mentoring is a big thing because nobody does anything on their own. Somebody's always been there to push somebody. Somebody's always been there to give you encouragement. I can call one of these guys now that are my mentors and, hey, I need you. I got to make a decision. Let's go to lunch. And they drop what they're doing to come see about me.
That's awesome.
So I think if millennials reach out to mentors, especially black men, minority men, we need that. Because a lot of us don't have fathers. And that person that fills that gap could be the person that raises you up and pulls you up and out. So again, reach out and try to find mentors to help you.
So now what kind of things do you think would kind of pull the young men away from the gang violence, away from the street activity of whatever source, because you've worked with kids, you still work with kids. So what kind of things do you think would help them?
The programming around facilitating those type of events to happen. They're not just going to do it themselves. Some of them, like I said, I come from that environment, and it's tough when you're in that environment. So it has to be someone, some grassroots efforts to put those sorts of things together and bring those resources together. This forum that I'm going to next Friday at Wayne State University, an all-male summit, all high school young men. But it takes somebody to do that. You know, so they're bringing all these minority males together. Last I checked, 242 are registered.
Wow.
That's going to be close to 250 just African American minority young men in one setting. Another conference that I go to in Clemson, the all black male, the minority male conference in Clemson University. Thousands of young men there for 3 days. And we have great speakers there. You know, Desmond Howard, you had Tavis Smiley, you have all these guys that they can interact with. And then these breakout sessions where they can go and learn different things. That's what it takes. Because they're not going to do it on their own. Because a lot of them can't get out. So if you put these kind of things together and bring them there, that's the way you do it. Because you have to go out and do it, though. If you care about it, you have to go out there and get them. And compel them to come. And once you get them there, give them something. Awesome. So before we wrap up, I have to ask you one last question. We're talking about a journey to fulfillment here. So I want to know your own specific definition of what do you believe fulfillment means? Fulfillment is every day walking in your calling, whatever that is. And knowing that when you get up in the morning, where you're going, whether it's a job, whether it's school, that's the purpose of your life. You know, and you're traveling that journey, but again, you have this plan where you have asked God to guide you and lead you. And when you're doing that, you automatically feel fulfilled. You don't feel that frustration. You don't feel that weight. I go to work every day, and it's not work to me because I love what I'm doing. That's how I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, so for me, fulfillment is doing what you love and doing what you have passion for, but it's not work or it's not a drag to do it. It's not a weight to do it. To me, that's when it's fulfilling. I watch my father. He does pastoring effortlessly. You know, because it's his passion. It's what he's supposed to be doing. So that journey for him, getting there, you can see the fruits of it now, and it's easier for him. So to everybody out there, millennials, young adults, just keep striving for your goals. Keep going on this journey here, and you'll find it. With God leading you, you'll find it. Awesome.
Well, again, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in today to A Journey to Fulfillment. Remember, you can catch this interview stream on YouTube. You can also view all of my release dates, my topics, and my next special guest on my social media pages. Again, Mike, thank you so much for being a guest today. Remember, I'm your host, Jay Ryan, and I'll see you soon.